Today we're going to be talking about semen retention and the fact that the energy you get from doing semen retention creates life for literally every single thing that you want to do in your life. You don't necessarily have to be doing semen retention to get this energy, but it certainly helps to have a lot of energy. It helps to have the energy to be enthusiastic enough to do the things necessary to achieve your goals. And I know this is going to sound very cliche. Energy is the source of everything, but it's true. When you have surging energy within you, it does actually trickle into everything else you want to do in your life. Everything else. Into your relationships. It trickles into the effort you put into working. It trickles into the way you speak, the way you formulate ideas, patterns of motivation when you're feeling up, when you're feeling down. If you can figure out a way to hack your energy, you will have like a cheat code in life. Like you will have an advantage to everyone else because everyone, I promise you, everyone is low on energy now. Every person that I speak to is always saying like, wow, yeah, always have so little energy and I never know what's happening with me. I'm just always tired. I'm always tired. And it's like, yeah, because think about all the things that you have in your life that are against you. Your diet sucks. You're using your phone all the time, which is jacking up your dopamine system, which is basically sending you into a dopamine high. But then when you don't have it, you're just super tired and exhausted. The food that you're eating, it's not very nourishing. It's not very life-giving. If you're someone who eats processed foods, if you're someone who eats junk foods, or even just like a lot of canned foods in the supermarket as well, these foods are all working against you. Like they're giving you sustenance for the moment, but they're actually destroying your body. They're actually making it really hard to have a high energy. And I know this because I've worked in fitness for like 12 years of my life. And the biggest problem clients always had was their diet. They were always saying like, I have no energy. How do I improve my energy? How can I get my energy up? And like there were things I could recommend to them to get their energy up. But fundamentally, it was about removing a lot of things in their life that they were doing that were sabotaging their energy. And for a lot of males out there, like I would say one of the biggest sabotaging things you were probably doing is doing like just ejaculating for no reason. Obviously, there is a reason. If you're going to ejaculate, it feels great. But if you're just going to do that all the time and you're just going to waste your life energy, your seed, which literally is like a DNA bomb that is going to give you your kids later in life. If you're wasting that energy all the time, then you're really just going backwards. Like you're not thinking like, okay, maybe I might need this energy for something else in my life. Maybe I could put this energy into something else that would give me more that could be more fruitful. Like maybe that is the case, but it's like in the moment we don't think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save my sperm to have more energy. We just think like, oh, I just feel like masturbating right now. I just feel like short-term pleasure. I just feel like I need it. And that comes down to something like we need to resolve inwardly. Like we have to look at ourselves and say, why do I need this? Like, why do I need the short-term pleasure? By the way, guys, if anyone is in, just put something in the chat. I'm just going to be blabbering on, which like I do in all my lives. Today, we're talking about semen retention and the energy. Not just that you get from semen retention, but just energy in general being the source of everything that you do in your life. Everything that you're going to do in your life requires energy, and that's what we're going to be talking about. And so, fundamentally, when we go back to like saving our energy, when we go back to energy being the main source of everything we want to put our lives, our body, our soul into, it comes from energy. You want to have more energy. Instead of looking at things that you can add on, like, okay, I'm going to take a Red Bull, I'm going to take a coffee, I'm going to take a Monster energy drink, which is actually really bad for you. Instead of adding on things, why don't I try removing things and going back to like a really intrinsic energy that I can discover, as long as I'm not self-sabotaging myself. So what does that really mean? Self-sabotaging, it means that you're basically, you are on a path to success. Like, you know what you want, you know what you want to do, you know what you need to do, but you get in your own way. That's what self-sabotage is. Self-sabotage is like, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have financial abundance, but I'm too lazy to work 12 hours a day. Okay, well, you just self-sabotage yourself. Self-sabotaging yourself is also like, I want to get healthy and fit, I want to change my life, but I can't stop eating McDonald's. It's so good. I just can't stop eating it. Okay, now you're self-sabotaging yourself. And a lot of people just don't realize they're doing this, but they self-sabotage themselves every single day of their lives. By the way, if you guys want to talk to me more, if anyone in this has been following anything that I've been posting, come to my school channel. I don't know if you guys have know this, but I have a school channel. You guys need to come check it out, because that is where you can talk to me. That is where you're going to learn a lot more things. I'm just going to leave this here in the chat for anyone who wants to come in. Today we're talking about energy, but fundamentally this is the energy that you get from doing semen retention. But I'm just explaining to you guys right now exactly how you can stop self-sabotaging yourself. You have to get out of your own way. You have to remove your own limits from like the path of success. So you are right now on a path of success. You know what you want, you know what you have to do, but you're too lazy to do it, and you have no energy to do it, and you keep masturbating all the time, which drains your energy, which sucks out the enthusiasm for the things that you want to do. And then what happens? You feel like shit. You confirm to yourself that you're a loser, you can't do anything in life, you're pathetic, blah, 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 blah. And then this just goes into your identity, and then this just forms a reality to you that you're pathetic and you can't do anything in your life. You can never achieve anything. And so much of this stems from energy. Like, your energy just has to be fixed. Your energy just has to change so that you can get the things done that you want to do. I keep saying this in all my videos, like, semen retention is a good way of doing that, because it removes this need for sex, this need for sexual pleasure, and this self-sabotaging behavior of just masturbating into a sock or into the palm of your hand, and saving that energy, storing it up, and then using it for something. Look, fundamentally, you have to take action. Like, if you're going to do semen retention, you can't just not take action. You have to be doing something with that energy. You can't just be sitting around and just being like, I'm just absorbing my semen and gaining more energy. I have more energy. I have more energy. That's not how it works. You can't just do that. It's like, you have to take that energy and actively, like proactively, put it into stuff. And I think fundamentally that's what I want guys to understand, is like, when you're doing semen retention, you have to be proactive with what you're doing. Like, you can't just be like, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if, like, if this is gonna work. It's like, you have to proactively do something about it. Like, you have to sacrifice. You have to do things that you're not usually willing to do. What's up, Shani, Michal, and Beatrice? What the heck? 1 + 1 = 7. So basically, if you're wasting that energy, if you're wasting that energy, what the heck are you typing, Beatrice? What are you typing? What are you typing? Beatrice, I'm gonna kick you out if you keep spamming like this. Basically, look, energy. Energy is the source of everything. Every single thing you want to do in your life comes from energy. If you want to waste it, be my guest. But you're taking away valuable energy that you could be putting into areas of your life that will seriously transform you. But what you can proactively do, because you can't attach yourself to an outcome. Never attach yourself to the outcome of the successful you, because that is the way that you will always just get let down, because success will never be enough. Success will literally never be enough. You're going to get to one peak and you're just going to get depressed and upset because you're not at the next peak. And you're always going to look at the next peak, the next peak. It's great, but it's going to leave you very, very unfulfilled and really, really unhappy in general. And you want to be generally really positive and really happy. So how can you do that? Well, you can, one, be very proactive. Okay? I'm going to explain to you guys one thing. You cannot choose your pain in life. You cannot choose whether you cannot choose whether you feel pain. You will receive pain. It doesn't matter where you go. Okay? You can choose suffering. Suffering is what we get to choose. You can't choose whether you're going to experience pain, whether you're going to feel happy, and then you're going to feel really sad at some point in your life. You're going to meet a girl, you're going to fall in love with her, and then she's going to break your heart. You can't choose pain. What you can choose is your suffering. Okay? So you can either choose the suffering, okay, of not being proactive, or the suffering of being proactive. You can't choose one or the other. So I will explain to you guys, like, the suffering of not being proactive is when you get to 50 years old and you literally look back in your life and you're like, damn, I was so scared and I didn't break out of my comfort zone and I didn't do anything important and I didn't do this. Now you're going to experience the pain of not being proactive. The pain of being proactive is when the things that you know you have to do right now, you have to go and do them. Like, go and do them. And even if your self-sabotaging mind is like, oh, I'm lazy, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so sleepy, I'm not, like, and you don't just be like, no, fuck it, I'm going to go, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm just going to keep doing that. Like, Beatrice, what the hell are you saying? Anyway, I'm just going to ignore this guy's, whatever this guy's saying. Energy. So energy. You can't choose the pain. You can choose the suffering. So do you want to suffer later in your life when you're so tired and you're so like, oh, damn, I wish I had gotten out of my comfort zone. I wish I'd done everything I wanted to back then so that I could live the life that I want to now. Well, imagine if you actually do get there. And all you have to do is literally break free from your resistance now. I just posted today in my school community that, like, guys have to learn how to take action. Like, you can't just sit around, and I honestly, like, don't even want them in the group if they are not going to be part of the action taking community. If you're going to be part of this, like, passive, like, oh my God, I don't want to do anything. Guys, honestly, you can leave. You can honestly leave the live stream because it's not someone I really want on the live stream. It's not really someone I want to even be bothered with talking to, because if you're not here to take action, it's just like, fine. Except in the school community, I talk to them and they actually listen. They're like, yes, like, I'm in. I come in and I want to take action. So I'm like, cool, great. But this all comes from energy. At the end of the day, like, if you self-sabotage yourself and if you don't keep your energy up, problems will arise. Serious problems will arise. How do I know this? Because I've had to build a business before in my life too. And I've been in relationships and I have been a self-sabotager. I've sabotaged myself many, many times. And I didn't realize what it was actually doing to my energy. Okay? Until I did semen retention. And then I stopped wasting my energy. And when I stopped wasting my energy, then it was like, oh, I actually have so much energy. What did I do differently? Oh, nothing. You just naturally recharge like this when you're not wasting it. You recharge when you go to the gym. You recharge when you go build stuff. You recharge when you go talk to girls, when you socialize, when you grow yourself. And you don't just waste it masturbating into the palm of your hand. And then that newfound energy, sometimes, like, guys don't really know what to do with their energy when they do semen retention. So then they just masturbate because they're like, oh my God, I can't sleep. I can't do anything. I can't even focus. But it's like, yeah, because you're not used to having this amount of energy surging within you. And if you're not used to it, you're going to feel like, I don't know what to do with it. And you're going to throw it away. I use this analogy from, like, one of my old lives. And it was like, imagine if someone gave you $1 million, like, right now. Like, they gave you $1 million just for free. Like, you didn't know what to do with it. And you would just, like, you would probably blow it in a year. Like, the likelihood of you blowing it would be pretty damn high. I think they've done this study on like lottery winners, and like 90 something percent of them have lost it all in like 5 years. Even if it's something ridiculous like 100 million, they've lost it all in like 5 years because they start buying stupid shit, because they start wasting it on gambling, they start wasting it on other stuff because they're not meant to receive that yet. And you will receive it when you put in the work, when you proactively do the work that is necessary to advance yourself forward. So, and that all just comes from energy. Like energy is everything. For anyone who resonates with this, put something in the chat. Put something in the chat. Let's see where we're at. Is it like magic to go on sites? What do you mean? Helvon, what do you mean by that? Please answer. What do you mean? What do you mean? Guys, we're talking about semen retention and not wasting your energy. Not wasting your energy. You have to really get all that sorted in your life. It's not going to do it for you. Like, no one's going to do this stuff for you. Like, you have to catch yourself every time you have this urge to like, oh, I'm so tired. Or I have too much energy. I'm just going to masturbate. Or I have too much going on in my life. I'm too stressed. Oh my God, I want to masturbate. You have to catch yourself in those moments and say, whoa, okay, hang on. Wait a minute. Why do I need to do that? It's like, oh, because I've always done this. Every time I feel sad, every time I feel stressed, I just masturbate and I feel better and I feel relaxed. Yo, what's up, King Harold? It's like that. You have to really catch yourself doing it. Helvon, like magic. Some guys say it's like a power level. If you retain 30 days versus like the day 100-day guy is on a higher power level, like type magic. You know why Helvon is because if you can spend 100 days doing semen retention, if you can spend a lot of time getting, like after you've gotten past like say like 20 or 30 days of doing semen retention, your energy is already really, really high. And then doing it for 100 days is seeing how long you can actually spend using that energy. Like how long can you spend with that energy, holding it in, like disciplining yourself day after day and just putting it to work. That is basically why guys do 100 days of semen retention. And guys, if you did anything for 100 days, if you studied, I don't know, pottery, or if you studied guitar for 100 days, if you studied anything, science, literature, history, if you studied it for 100 days, like you would get to the end of 100 days like really having changed yourself. Like if you did anything, if you studied social media marketing or anything, 100 days is a long time. It's 3 months and 10 days. If you spend 3 months and 10 days doing anything, you will see massive benefits. If you literally didn't even do semen retention and you just took action, which honestly, like to some people might actually be a better option. Like you literally just take action every single day. You find your resistance and you break it. You see where you have fear in your life and you just say, nope, I don't have fear. I'm going to do it anyway. If you just spend 100 days doing that, I promise you on my life that you would get to the end of 100 days and you would feel a significant change in your body, in your capabilities, in your mind. But you have to really stick with it. Like I'm saying this like 100 days. Yeah, just do 100 days. Like 100 days is freaking hard. Like a lot of guys can't do 100 days of semen retention because it's so difficult. Like you have no idea how difficult it is to even get past 30 days. Because most guys that get past 30 days, most guys that get to 30 days, they're literally just like my energy is way too high. I'm just gonna masturbate now. And a lot of guys just relapse because they just can't get back to doing it. Like they just can't hack it. They can't hack it past day 30. And this is why, like I always say, like in my school community, I actually have a course, the 100 Days of Power, which I explain that if you actually want to do semen retention, you have to do it properly. You have to focus on something bigger than just holding your semen, and you have to be proactive. You can't just sit around and just be like, I'm just holding my semen in and that's gonna change my life. No, bro, you're gonna change your life. You're gonna change your life by actually doing something, by putting in the work, by being proactive, and by overcoming your fear. Like that is one thing that you have to also understand. You have fear of holding that energy in. You have fear of what that power surging within you will actually lead to. And that's why everything in your life has always led you to wasting it and going right back to phase one. Right back to phase one. In this 100 days of power, I explained it in like 4 phases. The first phase is the resistance phase. This is the first 20 days of doing semen retention. The first 20 days, I'm going to write it down on the chat. The first 20 days are the hardest to get through because everyone fails on the first 25 days because they just don't know how to use it. They don't know how to. Wait, let me just put it up here. Stage 1 is the resistance phase. They just don't know how to use that power. They don't know how to use it, so they're just so irritated and agitated, like, oh my God, like, what do I do? What do I do? It's too stressful. I can't deal with it. Bang, masturbate, and then it's all over. And then they're just like, damn, I suck. Like, I can't even stick with it. And all I did that for was some short-term pleasure. And then the second phase, okay, if you can actually get past the first 25 days, then what I explain in the 100 Days of Power in the school community is you actually get to a phase where you are actually balanced. Like your energy is all built up and it's stressed and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with it. And it just settles into this like very calm, masculine energy. And for anyone who doesn't know what masculine energy actually is, masculine energy is order, structure, okay, focus. That is what it is. Okay, like the whole world is built on masculine energy, order, laws of science. These are all masculine things. Okay, feminine energy is like what you feel when you're like emotional, when you're like loving, giving, passionate. That's feminine energy. Like feminine energy, I would describe it as like feminine energy is like you get the inspiration to build a house, and then masculine energy is like building the house, like putting hammer to nail, bum, 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 and actually doing it. And they both coexist within each other. But if you want to step into your like true masculine frame, like you have to learn how to structure yourself. And that means when you say that you're going to do 100 days, you fucking do it. You don't just be like, yeah, maybe I'm going to do it, and then I get an urge and I just finish. No, stick to it, because that confirms to you that you are orderly, that you are not just chaotic, and you're not just, you actually have control over yourself, that you actually do have discipline. So this is basically what you feel in the from day 25 to day 50. You're going to feel that your energy just balances. I'm going to run through the rest in just a second. Marco, good morning, my friend. I'm Mexico. I am Mexico. I am Barcelona, Spain. King Harold, what's the difference between no-fap and semen retention? No-fap, guys, this is what no-fap is. You know when you fap, it's like plop, plop, plop. That's what fapping is. So fapping is just none of that. No fapping is probably a bit more extreme than semen retention, because semen retention, you can actually still masturbate. You can actually still masturbate. You can even have sex when you're doing semen retention. It's literally just not ejaculating. That's it. There are many different ways people do it. I wouldn't necessarily say that one is more healthy than the other, but you can do things like edging as well when you're doing semen retention. You can literally get to the point where you're just about to have an orgasm and then you stop. And then you reabsorb that energy and you take it up with like using your PC muscles, which are the muscles like in your gooch. But you have to obviously train to do that. So that's the difference between semen retention and no-fap. No-fap is no masturbation, no fapping. And semen retention is just hold your semen in. Hold your semen in and learn how to reabsorb it. Bruh, I'm on 1 week and my dreams are insane. User PO5. Nice, bro. That's good. That's literally what happens. You have so much energy surging within you that you will start having wild dreams. You're also going to notice that when you sleep, the sleep that you get, even if you sleep like 6 hours, you're going to feel like it's way better. It's way more powerful. Because you just have more energy surging within you. And I think it sends you into a further deep sleep, because sleep is really all about deep sleep. Whether you get like REM sleep, which is like surface level sleep, or if you get deep sleep. And basically every night we slip into deep sleep every like about 3 or 4 times. And we go deep sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. And then we wake back up. And what this is known as is when you deep sleep, REM, deep sleep REM. One of those, deep sleep REM, that's called a sleep cycle. So if anyone here has ever like gone to sleep, like you've basically been woken up by your alarm, and then you go back to sleep, and then you wake up and you're stressed and you're so exhausted now. It's because you woke up in the middle of a sleep cycle. So you basically woke up when you are right in the middle of a deep sleep. And so now you're like, oh, like I can't do anything. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And you literally need to jumpstart your mind because your brain is still like wanting to sleep. So that's basically what happens. And I don't really know the science about it. I'm not a scientist, but that's at least what I felt in my own body because I've done semen retention 400 days 3 times in my life, and then multiple times throughout. And it's amazing. I mean, it's the number one thing, guys, for anyone listening to this, like it's the number one thing you can do for your energy. The absolute number one thing you could possibly do for your energy. Number one thing for your energy. Semen retention. How do I know this, guys? I've been a fitness trainer for basically like the last 12 years of my life. And so many people, so many of my clients have always complained to me about their energy. Like always, women and men, but like I'm just going to refer to the men at this time. And it never really occurred to me up until like a few years ago when I started doing semen retention that actually men naturally charge up their energy every single day by just doing shit. We naturally get a charge of energy when we build, I don't know, a business, or when we go and exercise, when we go and talk to women, whenever we do stuff, we are just naturally gaining energy from this, from living our lives, and then obviously not doing things like self-sabotaging, like eating junk foods, spending time around shitty people, things that potentially harm us, like spending time around things or people that potentially harm us. Those are self-sabotaging. And as long as a man cannot do those things and live a very wholesome life, he is naturally charging his energy up every single day. And like guys don't even realize this. You are charging your energy up every single day. And don't you realize that? Like, don't you realize that if you don't waste your energy, you will actually have a superior energy. You will actually just have a flourishing energy, which like you probably don't really realize now because you're just like I've never even experienced what that kind of energy could be like. And it's like, I've experienced it many, many times, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal. It is actually like the most life-changing thing that I've ever experienced. Like, and I always recommend it to people, and everyone, I mean, every guy takes the piss out of it. They always like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why would I do semen retention? Like, it's so, like, I don't want to hold my semen in. And it's like, yeah, bro, like, how are you supposed to know if you never try? Like, how are you supposed to judge it? Or like what they'll do is like they'll just justify it, be like, oh, this doesn't feel healthy because I feel irritated. And it's like, no, it doesn't feel healthy because your life is so used to giving into your urges every single time you feel them that as soon as you get the urge to masturbate, you just go straight and masturbate. As soon as you get the urge to do any of this stuff, you just immediately run straight away. You just run straight back to doing it. Someone just walked in. My housemate just walked in. What's up, Malik? How are you? So as soon as you get the urge, then you just run straight back to doing that thing that you always do. And that's pretty much why you just stay stuck with having the same results that you've always had. And, you know, don't stay stuck with those results. Like, why don't you try changing them? Why don't you try doing something else? Why don't you try increasing your energy? By the way, guys, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Don't stay quiet. If you're coming in and you're new here, we're talking about semen retention and how that energy that you get from doing semen retention goes into everything else that you want to do in your life. Everything else. There's not a single thing that it doesn't help you with, except it really triggers and it really pushes the boundaries of your discipline. That is where you're going to feel a clash. And that's where, honestly, a lot of guys feel like it's not that healthy to do, because then they always just come across their resistance. They come across like, oh, I'm too irritated. I can't sleep well. I can't do this well. It's like, You're literally just feeling the resistance of what it takes in order to gain that energy. You might feel it's unhealthy, but it's like, what the hell do you think going to the gym is about? Like, do you think going to the gym every day, you want a nice body and you like pumping iron and you think like, oh, every day has to be like, oh, this feels easy and this feels nice. Well, it's like, no, it's going to be painful. Like, it's going to be some days you don't feel like going, but you said to yourself that you're going to train today and you have to do it. And in that moment, those are the resistances that you feel. That is the resistance that you feel when you want to grow. And your growth doesn't just happen like linearly. Like it's not just like linear progression in terms of growth. Like you don't just grow like that. You're gonna grow like up and then down and then up and then down and then higher up and then lower, low, higher, higher, like that. It's never gonna be like, oh, just straight up. It's just a straight win. It's just constant winning. It's like, no, you're gonna have the resistance and you're gonna have low points. And in those low points, you need to just go pick yourself back up and then use the energy that you get to just keep going. Keep your body moving, keep yourself moving. That is the most important thing. Like that is the most important thing when it comes to doing doing semen retention, is that you use the energy for for moving forward. Use it proactively. Put it into areas of your life that you need work. And then look, like when you were doing semen retention, yeah, like a lot of guys say like, oh, you'll just naturally get the energy to do other things and this and that. And yes, but also be proactive with it. Because look, it doesn't really matter if you do semen retention or not. Like, this is not the most important thing that matters in your life. The most important thing that matters is you actually do things, like you act on things that you say you're going to do. If you say you want something, then and you don't do anything about it, the only conclusion, the only signal your body is going to give yourself is that you don't actually want it. Like, I want to be this. I want to, let's say, build my body. I want to get strong, but I just don't like going to the gym. I never go to the gym. I just can't go to the gym because I'm too lazy. It's like, okay, well, you're just signaling to yourself that you don't actually want what you want. Your mind is saying it, and actually your mind, imagine this, like your mind is not just what you want doesn't just happen in your mind. Like, you literally have to put it into your nervous system. And your nervous system is not just the mind, your nervous system is your entire body. So when your entire body is doing something, it is signaling, rewiring as it's doing that to go and collect, go and do, go and this. And it's sending signals back to your brain, be like, yeah, this is what we want. This is what we want to do more of. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going for. This is what we're chasing after. And we're going to get it. That's what you want to be doing. So like everything in your being, it's like, I want that thing, go, get it. And one of the easiest ways to do this is not think that I need to keep adding on a new skill. It's like, just don't sabotage yourself. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Positive vibes. What I found is that there are many people who make fun of this, but my life has changed. The change is real. Yeah, bro. A lot of people make fun, but a lot of people make fun of like people who go to the gym as well. Like, I have loads of friends who used to make fun of me for going to the gym, and like, they're overweight, so it's fine. It's like, it doesn't matter. And it's also because, like, if you think about it, people don't really see you when you tell them about it. When you say to someone like, oh, this will really help you, like, they're not seeing you. And actually, if you just say that to them, a lot of the time, like, you shouldn't really share stuff like this unless they ask for it. But if basically people are not ready to hear these things, then they will always reject it. And if you tell this to people, people won't actually see you telling them. They're going to see themselves telling them. So they won't accept it if like they tell themselves like, yeah, go to the gym. Because they'll be like, what the hell? Like, why would you say that to yourself? Why would you say that? So if you say like, do semen retention to another guy, he'll be like, what the hell? Like, that's so pointless. That's so stupid. That's so, like, why would I do that? Why the hell would I do that? And then it's because they're not really listening to you. They're listening to the projection they have of you. They're listening to the mirror that you are to them. And then that because they're always looking at themselves in the mirror and judging the world around them, but they're limiting it on them. They're limiting the world around them by what they see in that mirror. Then they're just going to live their lives just looking at themselves in the mirror, and they're not going to be able to get past their reflection in the mirror, because what they shouldn't be doing is looking at their current reflection. They should be trying to look for their future reflection, which is bigger, more expansive. But I'm using that like metaphorically, like basically people just put projections on whatever it is that they're listening to, so they can choose to listen to it or not. Better Call Pratty. Salam alaikum Nabar. What's up? What's up, bro? Spence Jr. What kind of friends are those? This is like my close friends. These are like friends that like close friends of mine. They didn't go to the gym. They were just like, oh, whatever about the gym. And that's just people for you. People are just people, and they'll just do whatever it is they want, and they'll say whatever it is they want, and you know, it's fine. Just let people be people. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had to go off just a bit. I had to clear the. So yeah, so basically, that's just people for you. That's just people for you. Some people just aren't ready to hear it. Some people aren't ready to hear what has to be said, and that's fine. That is fine. To each his own. To each his own. Guys, does anyone have anything they want to share about their semen retention journey? We talk a lot about semen retention. Doesn't seem like anyone wants to talk about anything else except semen retention. Semen retention is just such a fun subject, isn't it? There's just so much to talk about. So what we're actually talking about now is the energy that you get from doing it and what you need to use that energy for. Because if you don't use that energy for anything, guys, it sucks. You know, in my school community, I actually have a giant library of books. I'm actually going to show you guys right now. This is what we have in the school community. Let me just see. So actually, in a month, we managed to get this many members, which is awesome. And I'm going to show you guys. This is what we have. These are all courses. They're all free courses. But in here, I have a male focused books. I basically created a library because I've been doing this since I was 19 years old, and I'm 30 now. I've been collecting all these books. So this is about male sexual energy. These are all ebooks that you can come and download for free. I know, I'm so giving. The Tao Te Ching. Has anyone read the Tao Te Ching? Do Hard Things. Let me find one they're all here. You can just download them from here, bang. These are books about motivation, books about masculinity. This is a really good one. I really like this book, King, Magician, Warrior, Lover. For anyone who hasn't read this book, this is a very, very good book. It basically is about the male psyche, and basically all men fall into certain, like everyone is either a king, warrior, magician, or a lover. And basically you are in like stages of each. Like the king is like someone who's majestic, someone who is like, who can command. And then the warrior is someone who's like super active, who's like working all the time, who's like busy putting their body on the line. And then a magician is someone who knows how to, let's say, conjure words. So at some point you will be all these things. And then fundamentally, the lover is one that encompasses all of them. Like the lover is the thing that makes someone a king, makes someone a warrior, makes someone a magician. So that's a book that's available. Yeah, and then all of these ones. I like all these books. These are books that I've been collecting literally since I was like 17 years old. And then I also have books about focus and productivity, and then a lot of them about mental health. So if you guys want, there's all these books that I have about mental health, anxiety and depression for dummies. Yeah. Anyway, you get the point. And then in the classroom, there's all this other stuff. There's a dopamine detox, and then I give supplements, how to do supplementation. And these are all the supplements that you can take. Honestly, guys, it's such a good group. Like if you're not in here, you're really missing out. you're really missing out. By the way, guys, if you want to support this channel, give me a super chat. I don't like asking, but just support the channel. If you like this content, I'm gonna be making more, but I need to know that my boys have my back. And then these are all male health markers. So I've taken these from like very, very dense health books and put them down just to give you like an idea of like what you should be looking at when it comes to your health. Like back to the classroom, there's all this stuff, guide to do meditation. And then one of them here is how to quit porn. This is a system of how to quit porn, stages of how to identify and do all these stuff. It's very useful for anyone who's watching who feels like they want to just get rid of watching porn. Like come to male focus in school and then join. And then I post something every single day. Today we posted a male focus challenge. So you guys get the point. You guys get the point. I'm gonna let you just join because there's a lot of other free stuff in there. It's a free group. Like, why would you not want to come and join that? Let's see what everyone's saying. What's everyone saying? Yes, beautiful book, The Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching. By the way, guys, has anyone here ever done like coaching before? Like has been coached by someone? I want to know. Has anyone here ever been coached? Bro, just click the link. Click the link in wait, let me just repost this. Pin this. Pin message. There's a lot of value there. Going to take action. Bro, honestly, I don't know how to use Discord. I'm 30 years old. I'm not a Gen Z, but I should. I have a Discord account. I just don't go on it. I just use YouTube. YouTube is easier. But I do want to improve my streaming capabilities, and that will at some point involve going on Discord and going on various different channels in order to get a wider audience, because I am really interested. Guys, the reason why I'm even doing the reason why I'm doing all these lives is to help guys figure out how they can take control of their sexual energy, not like suppress it. This is not like a suppression thing where it's like never ejaculate ever again. It's like, no, that is, I think you're a bit of a loser if you believe that. Ejaculation is a very normal, very healthy part of life. It should not be demonized. Like a lot of guys who watch my content, they was like, never ejaculate forever. And that is not good. That's not healthy. Like you will need to ejaculate at some point. You will impregnate someone. But get to a point where you can actually do that. Like go out into the world and actually find a woman to do that with. Don't just sit around and wait for something to happen, because that's pretty loser-like behavior. And you're not losers. The guys in this are not losers. Feeling a bit tempted. It's been 11 days of streak. Previously maxed it for 2 months. I am Jatnija. James, don't bust for lust. I love that. I should pin that message. Don't bust for lust. I am Jatinja. Bro, look. I know you feel like you're tempted. Just go do a cold shower or something. Guys, I made a video on YouTube to watch. It's about what you do when you feel the urges that you're about to relapse. Okay, go check it out. Go and check it out. It's a really good video. If you ever feel like you're gonna relapse, if you ever feel like your body is like gonna do like you feel like you want to give in, just be like, go straight to that video and watch the tactics that I give in order to not relapse. Okay, check it out. It's very useful. But guys, we were actually talking about semen retention and the energy that you get from it. Remember, so I am Jap Nija. If you waste it, you're going to lose this energy that you have. You should need to direct that energy. Don't just hold it in. Like, you need to direct it into an area of your life that you want to work. Don't just sit around and wait. Like, go do something with it. Focus it, harness it. That's what it is, like harnessing it by being proactive. Be proactive. Being PMO traps us in low wolf grind where we isolate and cut off fun, which worsens the cycle. So fix is to stay socially engaged, keep the life balance. Yes, 100% agree, Theo. 100% agree, 150% agree. Guys, you need to use that energy to go socialize. Like, you need to use that energy to go and socialize and meet other people. Don't just be a loser and sit around and chill out and do nothing. What the hell? Yeah, watch your videos while doing cardio. So helpful. And yeah, I'm staying hard, not gonna let temptation take over. But bro, use that. Yeah, use that energy that you're getting to just put it into stuff and socialize. Guys, I think socializing is something that we never talk enough about. Like, socializing is probably the healthiest thing you can do, but you also have to set boundaries with socializing, sorry. You have to set boundaries with it. Not just go and socialize and be like, cool, I'm just gonna do whatever. Like, set boundaries with, like, don't drink. If people are smoking weed, don't smoke weed. If people are staying up late and they just want to continue drinking, doing all this stuff, you say, sorry, I'm not doing that. And then spend time around other people, like other people that you resonate with, people that are interested in things that you're interested in, people that are interested in developing themselves, that are interested in changing their lives. Be around those people. Don't hang around people that are going to lead you to sabotage your journey or sabotage the things that you want to get done. That is very important. But don't not socialize. Like, don't be just like a little like cave troll in your house, in your room, playing video games and doing, like, go out into the world and do something. Change the way you look, change the way your body, like, get a tan, dress better, like, do all these things to, present yourself well. Don't just sit around and do nothing, okay? James, do you regret not buying Bitcoin when it was one? Well, I think when it was one, I was like 14 or 15. Yes, I do regret it heavily. I don't know what the hell I was doing when I was 14, 15. I should have been buying Bitcoin. I should have been buying Bitcoin because now it's a lot. But hey, it's going down now, so it's going to be buyable again at some point. So yeah, no, James, no, I do regret not buying it a lot. But what are you going to do at that age? Guys, you have about 10 more minutes and then I'm going to log off. This has been a good stream. Great stream. And I'm going to go try and do streaming every single day. Tomorrow, we're going to be on at the same time. But I know the sweet spot of doing streaming is like 5 p.m. It's like going on now is a good time. So I'm going to go on tomorrow at around this time. I'm going to start the stream at around this time. Because I want people to come in. I want people to tune in. Today, we were just talking about semen retention and the benefits of the energy that you get. And like I just said before, energy is everything. If you have low energy, you have to figure out how to get high energy. And that comes down to, look, that honestly doesn't even come necessarily from doing semen retention. But I think what semen retention does, if anything, is it just gives you momentum in your energy that, like, leads on to another thing and leads on to another win and leads on to another win and another win. It's like, and you want to just get the ball rolling with those wins. You don't want to, you don't want to wait around. Like, you don't want to dilly-dally. Like, get the ball rolling. Like, start with a small win. Start with, like, making your bed, then having a coffee, then doing that, and then just let the snowball effect just go into play, if that makes sense. And you know what's the fastest way to just stop the snowball from rolling? Is just jizz into a sock. That is the quickest way you can just stop that ball rolling. It's just like you melt the ball, the snowball. So don't melt the snowball. Actually use that energy, turn it into a big snowball and roll down the freaking hill. Or else your life's not going to change. Life will just stay the same. It's going to stay the same always unless you do something. Things have to be done. You have to take action. Go and do things. Go and be someone. Go and change your life. And I'm saying this as a coach. Like, I'm not just saying this as like some random guy on a stream. Like, I've been a coach for the last 12 years of my life. Since I was 18. I know when people just dilly-dally and they don't do anything, and like fundamentally one of the biggest reasons they don't do that is not because they're incapable. People don't not act because they're not capable. They don't act because they literally just can't get out of their own way. They set like a story in their heads and they're just like, yeah, like I'll never amount to anything. I'll never be anyone. I'll never change my life. I'm just going to have low energy all the time. But unless you do proactively do things that change that narrative, that story, then you will just stay with the same results, stuck in the same behaviors, doing the same shit again and again and again and again. We don't want that. We don't want it. We don't want it. Guys, I'm going to log off now. I might come on later. Maybe at like late at night. Late at night. But this has been a good stream. Thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, just ask them right now. I'm going to log off in 30 seconds. Remember, energy is everything. Energy is everything. Remember this. Energy is everything. Everything. So if you're doing things that are wasting your energy, if you are sabotaging yourself, do not continue doing that. Change, 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 change. And guys, if you do semen retention, you're going to realize that it does actually give you a ridiculous amount of energy. And it's not because you did anything. It's not because you added on anything. It's because you are naturally charging your energy up. You are naturally just charging your energy up every single day. So don't waste it. Huh? That was good. We're still on. We're still on. Let me see. So yeah, guys, last questions. We're done in short. All right, we're out of here. Peace.